Nevada DMV Practical Road Test Tips. Driving is a complex and demanding skill. Everyone planning to take the DMV road test needs to be aware of all the elements that form the foundation of a safe and responsible driver. Understanding the vehicle's controls, vehicle handling, perception, and risk management. It is knowing the rules of the road and interacting with other drivers. The driver is responsible for the safety of their passengers, in this case, the DMV examiner. Their job is an assessment, not instruction. Consistent practice makes all the difference. Individuals who only drive an hour or two a week have a decreased chance of passing than those who drive every day, or at least 4 to 5 times per week. Becoming an experienced, confident, well-rounded driver takes a year of daily driving. The day prior to your test, check your signal and brake lights. Clean your car inside and out. Arriving at the DMV. You can park anywhere. You don't need to use the reserved spaces for the driving test. Don't back in. The examiner wants to see you reverse out. Have your seat and mirrors already adjusted before you go check in. Don't adjust anything during the test. Go directly to the drive test check-in desk if you have an appointment. And don't arrive high. The DMV examiner will refuse to take you out if you are impaired in any way. Contrary to what some people still believe, it is not legal to drive after smoking marijuana. Documents. You do not need your school attendance sheet again, nor your birth certificate or social security card. The DMV already has those documents. If you are a teen under 18, you will need to bring 1. Learner's permit. 2. Driver's ed course certificate. 3. Behind the wheel certificate if you did the 15-5 program. 4. Driver log showing 50 hours, 40 daytime and 10 hours at night. Current auto insurance card. 6. Current auto registration. After checking in, the DMV examiner will walk out and call your name. Lead the way out to your car. Get in. Put your seatbelt on. Start the motor. And roll down your driver's side window. Here are some guidelines and reminders. Remember to put the seatbelt on before you start the car. The examiner will check the vehicle's signals, brake lights, and horn. If the windshield is cracked, a mirror is broken, or the tires are bald, or if there is any indication the vehicle may not be safe, they may decline to do the test. In Nevada, you know how hot the car gets in the summer? As soon as you start the car, blast the air to cool it inside. The examiners generally are not too chatty. They want the driver to focus on driving safely. Do not back into a parking space upon arrival. I once watched an examiner have the driver find another parking space, park, and back out. Signal every turn in the DMV lot. Yield to all pedestrians and vehicles backing out. Keep your speed under control. Posture and hand positions. Hands on the wheel in the proper position for the entire test. 10-2 or 9-3 is acceptable. Some examiners are not familiar with 8-4, so don't use it. Hand over hand or push-pull, shuffle steering is acceptable, but not one-handed while driving unless you are special needs. Sit back in your seat. Remember, you should be 10 to 12 inches away from the steering column airbag. You are not required to use the parking brake after the test. When reversing, you can keep both hands on the wheel, scanning left and right for side traffic, checking also the rearview mirror. You can glance in the rearview camera when you shift to reverse. Some examiners might cover it, but the rear camera will show you if a child is standing behind your car. You can use the arm over the passenger seat method, but I find it more difficult to swivel your head back and forth. Use of the turn signal. Put your turn signal on at the proper distances. Too early or late, you can lose points. Stopping always. Come to a complete stop behind the white line. Use your side view mirror aligned with the stop sign post if there is no white line. A full stop could be a count of 3. Don't hesitate too long. If clear, go. Don't stop on the railroad tracks. You need to stop 15 feet before the track if you cannot get across due to traffic backed up on the other side. And you need 15 feet of clearance to be able to cross over on the other side. Remember, Buses and trucks carrying hazardous materials must stop at the track first and scan before moving. Do not change lanes if behind a stopped vehicle at the tracks unless the examiner instructs you to do so. Stay behind a city bus that is stopped at a bus stop and wait for instructions. If your lane is blocked with construction or other obstructions or a merge sign, change lanes on your own with a signal and head check. Stopping distance. A. Full car length. Extra distance with buses and trucks. Do not enter the intersection while a pedestrian is crossing. If they walk away from you, wait until they reach the center median. If they are coming towards you, you could turn before they reach the median. But be careful if they are walking fast or on a bike. If it's an open road, you wait until they have reached the other side. If a pedestrian is standing at any crosswalk, you must stop even if they did not push the button. If they wave you on, then go. Speed. Stay as close to the posted speed limit as possible, a couple of miles per hour under the maximum. Don't go over. Driving 35 in a 45 miles per hour zone is too slow if traffic is clear. Scanning. Move your head left and right when proceeding through any intersection. Scan at trail crossings and railroad tracks. Look at your rear and side mirrors frequently. Scan at the roundabouts down the side streets as you arrive to enter the traffic circle. Signal through the roundabout if there is one on your test. Lane changes. Only do so when the examiner asks you to change lanes if you are safe. Don't cut anyone off in the next lane. Check mirrors first. Signal for approximately 100 feet or several seconds. You should turn your head over the shoulder to check the blind spot in the side rear windows. Leave the signal on for a count of 3 when you get into your lane before canceling. If performing a double lane change, turn off your signal when entering the first lane change, turn on your indicator for the second lane change, and complete 2 head checks. The rule is to wait 100 feet before taking the second lane change. Right turn on red. Come to a complete stop behind the line. You can move forward to see better after making a complete stop. Don't follow the car in front of you past the line. Even if you are only moving forward 1 foot after the car in front of you has turned, you need to stop behind the line completely. Scan for pedestrians before moving forward to see more clearly. Before turning, you should be looking for oncoming traffic turning left from across the intersection, vehicles doing a U-turn and pedestrians. Accelerate and get up to the speed limit. You are not required to turn right on red. However, the test is also about confidence. You know when you are clear to go. You may be holding up traffic behind you by just sitting there. Bikes. Suppose a bike, skateboarder, scooter, etc. is on your side of the lane. Change lanes if possible. It is the law now in Nevada. If you turn your indicator on and then turn it off if you can't get over, the examiner knows you made the attempt. Move over law, change lanes if you see law enforcement, paramedics, fire trucks, tow trucks, service vehicles, or a car broken down on the shoulder. Flashing yellow turn arrow. If there is no oncoming traffic and no pedestrians do not stop, proceed through the turn. If there is a lot of traffic, wait behind the line as the last car approaches. Move up then and make your turn. If the light changes to red while in the intersection, this is an auto fail on the test. Green light at intersection. Start promptly if you are the first to go. While turning, don't stop at a green light unless you are not clear to go. A solid green is a yield to oncoming traffic if turning left. School zones. If there are no children present, you can proceed at the normal posted speed limit. If there is one child in the zone, you must stay at the reduced posted limit for the entire school zone. If you see crossing guards but no children, you should also slow down to the reduced school zone speed. DMV examiners may or may not enforce the school zone on Saturdays. However, the test is also about awareness. If children are present, you should slow down. Not all examiners may have gotten that message about Saturdays as not enforceable, however. So, if I was taking my test on a Saturday and there were children present, I would drive at the school zone speed as if it were in effect. Is the school zone speed always 10 under the normal posted? No, that is not always the case. Green Valley High School goes from 35 down to 15. You need to read all your signs during the test, and you should be doing that anyway. End of test. Park in a space between the lines with your wheels straight. Fix your parking if you are crooked or too close to one side. The examiner will review the drive and explain anything you need to work on. You start with 100 points, and a passing score is 80 points. Mistakes can vary in their point value. Some causes for automatic failure: speeding, failure to yield, cutting off another driver, failure to stop for a school bus with its arm out or red lights flashing, weaving or straddling the lines, stopping on a green light for no apparent reason, stopping on the RR tracks, driving in the bike lane. Not changing lanes if there is a bike in the bike lane next to you. Backing over a curb, hitting a curb driving or turning a corner. Failure to yield at a stop sign. Not yielding to cars making U-turns. Not yielding to pedestrians. Poor attitude. Driving with one hand. Crossing the stop line or not coming to a complete stop. Failure to react to a hazardous condition. Taking the wrong lane when turning. Failure to follow the examiner's instructions. Too much hesitation or overall lack of confidence. If the examiner has to tell you to stop or has to grab the steering wheel. There may be more. These are just a few. Do not follow a DMV examiner during a test. You are disrupting someone else's test. The route is not what's important. Frequently asked questions. How long is the driving test? 20-30 minutes on average. Which DMV location is easiest to pass the test? My answer, based on taking many students to all locations, is no. DMV route is any easier or more difficult. The road rules are the same throughout Las Vegas. Are all examiners the same? No. There is a variety of personalities. They all follow the Nevada state guidelines for the driving test. Don't think about what they are writing during the test. They have to fill out the paperwork. Focus on your driving. Your job is to follow the rules and keep everyone safe.